We are live now. Thank you.
So I'll start.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Pranam Guruji. Namaste everyone. Darpan Foundation welcomes you to this special satsang, Sign of the Times. We have come together today to experience the unlimited benefits of meditation and discover how meditation can enrich our lives, keep us calm and blissful, irrespective of the external circumstances. Guruji Nandkishore Tiwari will be taking us through a guided meditation. It is indeed a rare opportunity to experience guided meditation by a living Guru. After the guided meditation, we will have the question answer session where Guruji will address your fears, doubts, and apprehensions. I request all the participants to mute the audio right away so that there are no interruptions during this session. Now I hand over the session to Guruji.
Namaste. Welcome to all in this session. So before going to meditation, let us understand a little about what is meditation, how it is done. Generally, most of us have undergone this experience. Then when we say guided meditation, generally one person is giving us instruction about relaxation of the body from toe to the temple. So from sole of the feet to the sole of the head, they are trying to make you soulful. But that is not guided meditation, because there you are conscious and you are listening to the instructions. So that is at best relaxation. You relax your body, you feel free somewhat. Those orientative symptoms are visible in your consciousness, that you feel that you are consciousness, not body. So that much orientation happens and relaxation comes. But meditation is something beyond. So in simple words, let us take three, it is eightfold. Eightfolds are there, 8 steps. But let us take top three. Eightfold, you all know. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Let us take the top three. Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. So, Dha word is important there. You see, in all the three, Dha is there. And generally, when we say Dha, it is a Sanskrit word which means to run, to go, Dhavati. So it begins from Dharana. If you break two words, it becomes Rana means the war field. So how to see what is happening in the body, about what has it got to do with the meditation? We have three kinds of bodies. One we call this gross body, another is subtle body, and third is causal body. So these are bodies which spiritual peoples realized to be the real. So in meditation, what we do is we try to transcend. Meditation, simply in simple words, means transcending physical body. And then deeper we go, then transcending subtle body. And much deeper we go, then going with the causal body. So that is Dhi word. Now comes to the Dha word. This refers to Dhi also. So first, Dharana. What you do in that, all these which you are considering we are physical things, all those things will come into mind, and with those thoughts, with your clarity and inquiry, we remove them through contemplation. No, I am not this, I am not this. So one war is over. Then dhyan, you visualize like you are a aeroplane which is there at the hangar. So what are things within you? Like there are travelers sitting in a plane while it is standing there. All what you consider yourself, that way you consider, that your mind, your thoughts, and everything. So you keep that. Now that is yan, means now you are taking off. So all those things one by one fall, like people are left behind, place is left behind, and you are going high in the soaring high in the sky. So here, why I am saying this is that oneness comes to you in your consciousness, that you and your plane are not different. So as we say in meditation, seer, seen, and seeing all become one. So that now you are moving towards that subtlety in meditation, where you become like one, soaring only one. All others, your thoughts and all are gone. So that is a higher level of transcendence. Then comes samadhi. If you can manage that, if you become that much calm, then samadhi, your dhi, means your intelligence, becomes even. That means as a kind of pralaya. Means now you and your world, despite existing there, doesn't exist also in your consciousness. You become that subtle. So this is the process of meditation, reaching to that subtlety, which is the subtlety of the existence itself, becoming one with the whole. So how to reach to that? That is how part of the meditation. So there are two centers in our body. There are two centers in our body, which is heart and head. So in these corona times, both are disturbed. Why are they disturbed? Because we do not have much information about the virus itself, how it is. Every time scientists are telling, doctors are telling how it is multiplying, they come to know one way and then say, no, it is again changing its dimensions, changing its way of functioning. And then they are unaware. They themselves are searching, looking, doing, making observations. But the way it is going is still under study. So the clear cut, it is not known. But a lot is known. So our consciousness in both the places is disturbed, because disturbance comes from the fear. When you do not know something, then fear comes. That is why stability goes. But knowing and not knowing is a very large subject. As we say, there are so many things which we do not even know that we don't know. So, but mostly in day-to-day life, we are not aware about those things. They are not there in the awareness to be not feel scared. Otherwise, everybody will be all the time scared, thinking that. Now that has come to at the microcosmic level of our day-to-day existence in the form of this pandemic. So fear, because unknown is lurking every moment in the life there, it has come so near. That is why disturbance. But when we see the whole picture, then unknown things are always there in the life, always there in our consciousness, which are not known to us. So if we remember our real existence, our real relationship with the existence, then we will not be scared. So through meditation, this is possible. In dharana, when we reach, then we know, assume ourselves that how we are full with love, we are full with compassion. And that is how it is called descending of the grace. Because when we become of the same nature, then from the source, more of it keeps descending in our consciousness. It is like putting that canal. If there is no canal, how can the water flow from the reservoir? So making canal means becoming through our own efforts same and the form of micro what the macro is. So we call the source the macro. From there, everything flows. That is reservoir. But we have to make our efforts. So that is the part of ours from our side. We have to do. So that is in the guided meditation. In guided meditation, after a point, you become your own guide. Once, because after having told all these instructions, making it clear that you have to transcend. So when you transcend and you still keep listening from the outer voice, that means you are conscious. So that is how it is not guided meditation when all the time you are listening to the instructions. When you understand, yes, meditation is to transcend, meditation is to make the correct dharana that how you are. And that is where the trust factor comes. When we go to the guru or the guide, he tells us, which we do not know, we have not experienced, or we may have experienced, both ways, that essentially we are constituted of the same virtues, only virtues at that level, like love, compassion, such things. You are bliss, total awakening, such is your nature. So that kind of dharana when you make, that means you have prepared the canal for the water to flow into you from the reservoir. So thereafter, you are the guide. You are guiding yourself. You are telling, first your subtle body tells your gross body that I am not this, neti. Then subtle body, when you transcend physical body, then subtle body tells itself, am I this only? Then it goes to the causal, no, I am not this. And after this, it becomes easy, because by then, when we realize that we are our causal body, that is who we are, by then our all doubts, which we call, doubt is only one. So we say all doubts, this is all queries which we have, questions, they are over by then. Once you know who you are, then all other queries are related to your that part which you really are not. They are your part. None can say that, no, my physical body is not my part. My mind is not my part. Myself is not my part. They are part, but they are not you. So once you tell that order of priorities to yourself clearly, beyond doubt, then you soar high into the meditation. That is when you transcend. And that is where you become your own guide. So how it happens? Yes, I said in the beginning that there are two places in our body, our head region, you can say, and heart region. Consciousness is in both the places, mostly in prominent. Otherwise, mind and consciousness is, we all know, is flowing all through the body. But these are centers. So we focus our head on our heart. This is easier way. So now after understanding this way, focus yourself in your heart that there lies the source of your consciousness. There you have to connect. From that part you have to connect, connecting your canal of consciousness to the highest reservoir so that it begins to flow. So while you are meditating, just give yourself a suggestion, because sankalpa or suggestion is a big thing in meditation or in any work in life, that I am also meditating with you and we all are meditating together. So when we move together, suppose one of us knows the path, others accompanying also keep walking without having the need to tell in words. Just imagine on a path we are walking and one of us knows the path. He doesn't say, he or she doesn't say, no, I know the path, but he is moving confidently ahead. So we start moving together. Yes. So we reach to the destination. So suggestion just that we are all meditating together. So make your dharana properly, and then we'll enter into meditation. Before entering means closing your eyes very gently, focusing yourself in your heart, and then meditating, trying to connect yourself with the source. You are same as the source, only smaller in volume. That is the only difference. So for 20 minutes, we will sit. You need not keep the count of time. I will say Om Shanti at the end of the meditation. Then you can open your eyes gently and we will go with your questions. So now close your eyes gently. You can continue with your video or switch off. It's your choice. You can put it on your mute and I will tell Om Shanti. Then you can open eyes. So we go into the meditation now. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You may open your eyes. So, how was it? Could you meditate even for 1 or 2 minutes in between? Could go deep.
Yes, Guruji, very blissful.
So that is how, when we have guidance, we do good meditation and we keep reaching to the higher stages of realization. It is helpful to be guided. Now, should we open it for your queries? Yes.
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah. Yes.
Now we shall begin our question answer session. The first question is, Guruji, this time the pandemic is affecting our near and dear ones. How to remain fearless in such situations?
Fearlessness is always required. It is not only in these times, but now it is more required. So how, the question is, fear comes with ignorance. If we are ignorant about something or we are attached, this is all four things are related, as we say. Ignorance, false attachment, which is called moha. Then with it comes anxiety, and then begins our different kinds of suspicions about the Sokha, Moh, Sandeha, Brahm, which we say. But beginning is ignorance. Suppose whom we are calling near and dear ones. If we look from the spiritual point of view, then who is not our near and dear? Everyone. If we are really, otherwise this becomes, you see, empty words. When we say Vasudha Kutumbakam, if that is our realization, then everybody is our near and dear ones. Having said that, I am aware that with whom we are living in a family every day around us, it is natural to feel a little different about them. But not in your consciousness. Consciousness should always be nestled in your eternity. And that is the panacea for all. If you refuse to come down from your supreme consciousness, then your intelligence, dhi, which we call, will work properly. No time you will have to regret that this step I have taken like this, and I ended up taking like this another way. So as I said in the dhyan, that's why I emphasized on the letters dhi, everywhere dhi, dhi. So that intelligence is established properly when we are not coming down from our real consciousness, who we really are. So first step is that always be nestled in the supreme truth. There should be no doubt about that. Whenever there is a doubt about that, we should go into the satsang and clean ourselves. That is the way. Meditation, cleaning, satsang. So we always stay nestled in the supreme consciousness. Then we take necessary steps. Means we do not procrastinate or postpone anything, any step which we have to take, like we have to keep ourselves clean, we have to maintain distance. Yet we have to be aware what informations are coming. But always, if we are little conscious, then from the heap of information which is coming to us, we just glean the relevant information, that this is information, and we do not go for the propaganda part of it. Because when you anywhere you see, this is nature of our existence also. For anything good, it will be in the center and so many other things will be around. As I was saying, for a seed to become another tree, first it has to go into the ground, in the soil, then roots, then you see stem, and then you have leaves, branches, flower, so many things, and finally in the fruit there is seed. So when you have to reach to the seed, all this has to be kept at its proper place. Means this is not important. It is important only at its place. Same way about the fear. Keep your consciousness in the eternity, nestled there. That is the only thing which is important. Because the first thing being in first place, others it is like percolating down effect, cascading effect. Everything will fall in its right place. So doing our duty and keeping our consciousness nestled in the highest state. That is the remedy for fear. We will not be fearful once we are settled in the truth. Always this can be experienced and can be verified. Always stay in your supreme consciousness. That is, in simple words, this is the gist. That never come out of that consciousness, all things you will keep doing accordingly. Because there is no problem in being in supreme state. It is not like that you are in the rooftop and you have to do something on the ground, that how you can be at two places. It is not like that. Supreme consciousness means you are always aware who you are, what the reality is. And then you are doing your work. Intelligence works at its place, consciousness works at its own place. So then there will be no fear. Yes.
Thank you, Guruji. Vidit ji, would you like to ask your question directly?
Yes. Pranam Guruji.
Namaste.
Guruji, I have a question. So in the beginning of the meditation, you mentioned that it's like a reservoir, right? And so once we connect with the source, and that is where I think even you were mentioning that the fear also will dissolve, right? Because so, sir, Guruji, my question is how does one what is the process to make it a part of your daily experience that you remain connected with the source on a daily basis? What I mean is, in our see, because meditation is a process that we follow, but what other evidence can we, as we of course follow the process, that we can kind of keep building on, that I am getting closer to the source and I am getting connected to it on a daily basis. Uh, so because Guruji, like in the past 2 years, I have attended a lot of meditation programs, but I do see that it's like a small flame that gets ignited in you. But that flame, what I mean is like you get a glimpse of it, but then it quickly moves away as well because you get engrossed in all the other activities that you need to manage. But yes, Guruji, I hope that I
No,
could
no,
answer my
clear.
question correctly.
Clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, yes. Yes, clear. See, the saying is that vidya tu abhyasena. Vidya tu abhyasena. That anything, if you have to keep it alive, then it has to be practice. And that is how knowledge, in English we define what is knowledge. Knowledge is what is does. So if we are saying meditation is the process to transcend, then it must transcend. Then only we'll know there is this thing called meditation. So now that you having experience, now you know how to maximize that. The flame always stays there and it engulfs the whole existence. It never goes out. So there are three, see, we say call, you all know that Dhyan, Manana, Nididhyasana or Sarvana, Manana, Nididhyasana, same thing. That what we have come to know, we have to practice that in every sphere of life. Then remembrance will be connected to everything. We cannot separate meditation from every other part of our life. This is where, see, sitting for 1 hour in a secluded place, that is because we want to feel the intensity. Because if you are physically walking and doing other things, you may be in a meditative state, but still, since you have to function with your body, it is not still to that an extent. It is not possible that way to do. So you sit in a secluded place for no other reason. Otherwise, you can be a walking, talking meditator. There is no issue. But because of this, you sit in a place. So why I am giving this is that meditation you cannot separate from whole life. Every activity has to be the part of your satsang, because ultimately you are looking for your true self or yourself, who you are, and you are part of the whole. Now you have to keep becoming more that and that from this. So this part you are always coming to know through your meditation, that I am not this. But whatever this we are referring to, that you cannot discard and remove and throw away. That will always stay. Only in your consciousness you keep knowing, I am not this, I am not this. I am that. So your journey towards that is happening. If you limit that journey from this to that, only to that 1 hour, then how can it be possible to become the flame? It will always stay that small flickering light. So we have to take the satsang to whole life. That means with every breath, we have to try to become that. And there are no accidents here. It is not that, no, if I try, then will I become such a person that it will be difficult to lead the life. No, quite the contrary. More and more we keep becoming that. From this, more and more life becomes easier and comfortable in that sense, not the comfortable, as you know, physical and other things, means artificial things. Inside in your consciousness, you become very much comfortable, at ease with the world, because everywhere you are finding yourself. When this keeps reducing in our consciousness, and that keeps taking over this, then definitely we become more calm, we become more clear to ourselves. So clarity, purity, and correctness. This is a triad which keeps working in our life. More clarity we have, more correct steps our will be. There is no such thing as correct steps. So we say towards correctness. But in common vocabulary, we say as correct. This is correct, but that is not the meaning. It is a tendency. It is a movement. It is a direction that we are moving towards correctness. So purity, more purity will be clear, because you essentially are pure. But all the time, because you have limited it to 1 hour, other 23 hours are, we are finding that are they cut off from this? No. This 1 hour should be used for making other 23 hours aligned to this. Then the story will be different. So first thing is having a guide to tell us, clear our whatever suspicions we have, whatever queries we have, and guide us through that. And second thing is making satsang or meditation whole of life, not limiting it to 1 hour. With these two things, so that is where all things will link with one another in your consciousness, because you are that. See, why we are saying is that canal, when I said the corollary I gave, that means I am already saying those qualities are within you, because if those are not there in you, it cannot happen. So you are part of that. Only they need to be awakened, that you have no doubt that this is the situation. So these all whatever crop we say, no, malaviche pavran, which we keeps coming, that needs to be removed. That needs to be clear every time, and whole life has to be made into meditation. So this is the way that the kind of experience you are looking for, that it engulfs whole life, that will happen, and it happens. Thank you.
Thanks, Guruji. Guruji, may I just ask one more following
Yeah,
question?
please, please.
Thank you so much. Uh, so, Guruji, one question is that, as you just mentioned, see, you mentioned about clarity, right? So, for example, in my case, I feel lot of times I'm ruminating about a decision, right? I do not know
Pardon?
whether I'm ruminating about a decision.
Okay.
So I at times feel lack of clarity and whether I'm doing this correctly or not, or is this the right way to go forward? Is it the right decision that I am making? And I'm relying on several other people to kind of keep seeking more and more inputs from them to make sure that I am. So I'm trying to bring in more certainty in an uncertain environment where a decision is required to be made. But the but more inputs I'm taking, the
Yes,
decision is becoming further difficult to take. And even
yes,
after I have taken the decision, it seems that it's not the most optimal one, right? So
correct.
the question is, Guruji, once you're connected to the source, right, and actually the source itself, if your bond becomes that strong with the source, then it itself will kind of give you the right inputs, as in because with the intelligence that you said, and once you are connected with the source, it's going to point you to the right direction so that and you can start relying more and more to your inner intuition, so to say, right? Just to give you an example, I have like with the fellow meditators who have been meditating, I think for long, I have seen their intuition, and one person, he used to call it as Param Guru, like inside of himself. And the bond with the Param Guru was so strong, it will guide him and it will let him know of anything which is not right for him or in the surroundings. So I'm just saying, and this becomes an experience then, right, Guruji, in your everyday life. Once you're so strongly connected, then you know that your intuition is also guiding you in the right direction. Because right now I feel totally devoid of any intuitive sense within me that is guiding me. It is only my left brain and analytical brain that is just guiding me, and I'm just taking the actions basis that. So what's the process again, Guruji, is that you can improve your intuition and
Correct.
and strengthen the bond with the source and the evidence of that on a daily basis, Guruji.
Correct.
Thank you.
Right. So the order, as we say, is very clear. There is order of priorities. We should be clear about it. What is the order of priority? What is Shastra? What is Guru Mat? Everything is one. That says Manas Pare Buddhi, Buddhis Parastat. That means beyond mind is intelligence, and beyond intelligence is that. This is Shastra Mat. What is Guru Mat? Guru defines who is our Guru, whom we have assumed, according to what is their experience, what path they have devised. Accordingly, they will tell. The destination is same for all. So that is where from the difference begins. That is where the living Guru is important in our parampara. It is only in India, fortunately, that this chain survives. It has never, this flame has always been there. It has never gone extinguished. So with that, the guide, our Guru guides us. Meditation, initiation, meditation, these are very related. Meditation is always guided when it is for the ultimate purpose. When it is for the pecuniary purposes, like somebody wants good health, somebody wants only worldly clarity, that is another. That is not the matter we are dealing here. That is one thing that our Guru only tells us. It is not everyone that he will tell us. And Guru is our own choice. Now, when we speak such terms we use like Param Guru, Guru, Samarth Guru, Sadguru, all these kinds of terminology when we use, we should be very little, wary of it, very alert about it. Because ultimately there is no guide. If we are talking about the Param Guru, that is always, that is who you are. What is the difference? That memory is not there, remembrance is not there, that I am part of that. That is not firm. If that is firm, then things will be clear to us. To the extent it keep becoming clear, to that extent firmness comes. Because it is like seeing world as it is, seeing yourself as you are. Now, when you see yourself as you are, where is the question of somebody else telling you anything? When you are seeing the same as everyone who is attained is seeing, so there is no need doesn't arise. It is before that only. But there are this, it appears very simple in saying, but it is not so, because I keep telling that it is not that we need guru in the beginning. It is only on the higher stages that we need. What are those higher stages? When you have gone beyond the sense of your subtle body, that not only physical body, you are not even your subtle body. That is where you require, because that is anywhere one can see go kaput. So that is where on higher stages, when you become subtle, that one requires the guru's assistance more or guru's help more. And beyond that, when you started seeing as you really are, then where is the need? So for this, I see first is to, I presume that you would be doing under some guru, but it should be done under a guru guided meditation, whom we assume. And then he'll tell according to our daily needs. It is not for everyone to tell. Everyone, this is beginning like this is, we are just telling things which are needed in the beginning. Those who are just starting, that they have experienced something, that such a thing is there within them. They are not this body. They are their existence goes beyond physical being. So they start at least pondering over there. And then it is guidance which is required, because it is a special field. It is not some, if it were like that giving instructions, because then it will be, as I said in the beginning, that those instructions are just for the relaxation. Same way, then it becomes confusing. We start confusing between worldly things and other worldly things, and we do not know, cannot differentiate one from the other. What for we need intuition when you see everything? So we are trying to apply the other worldly thing in this worldly things, which is not the purpose of the meditation. Ultimate purpose of the meditation is to realize yourself. So their world doesn't exist. But what generally people do is that, no, by sitting in meditation, of course, the clarity will come to them. See, if you do something good, some other good things will come to you. And then we start, okay, now it is fine. I can apply this in this world only. The purpose is solved. No, this is like very fringe benefits. We should always, that's why I said, always stay in that eternal consciousness. You are not this. So two things I think will be maybe of your use. First is, it must be done under one's own guru's guidance. And second thing is that it has to be done in all fields of life. That keeps coming. So connecting to intuition is, that means we are seeing difference between this and that, which is not there. There is no difference. So otherwise, that comes to the definitions. Then you say, what is intuition? You say, no, these are four things: man, buddhi, ahankar, smriti, that mind, intelligence, ego, and memory. Now, can you differentiate one from the other, whether it is your intelligence which is at work, or whether it is your mind which is at work, or it is your ego which is at work? We can't. Until we transcend that, then you don't need intuition. Why? What for you need? If you are using meditation for attaining the highest goal. And that is what in Sahaj Smriti we say. Everything else comes just as a fringe benefit. It keeps coming according to our karma, but we never waver from the ultimate goal. So just keep seeking clarity about that more and more. There is no other way that can be told. Yes, we have to keep seeking clarity. And clarity we have to seek from our own Guru. Because so many sources, if we make, then we ourselves have made. You see, so many sources. They say that if you have 10 places, that's a very cursory saying you may have heard. If there are 10 places you dig 10 days, there will be no well. If you dig at one place, one time, there will be well and there will be water. That way. So in one place is staying, but clarity. That is our right. That is our birthright to get liberated, and that is our right to choose whom we want to choose and when we want to live, because it is our progress as a seeker which matters to us. So always where we find clarity, we should stay there and keep moving, and then you keep becoming your own evidence. Don't anything other than becoming oneself evidence should not be taken in spirituality as real. So what? Everything is real for someone, but it is not real for you. Then how does it matter? So always, whosoever you are, whatever stage your consciousness is, just keep becoming evidence and keep noting, keep taking note that it works like this. But the process is same, guided way we have to move, because like in the worldly field, in our profession, if we are learning any profession, we learn from some teacher that this is how it is. Here it is different. Here we just associate and keep moving. We ourselves keep becoming evidence, because this is about that, not this, which is subtle. So such things, when we speak, we should be careful. That intuition means who can define that, what time, what function is happening. Only being truthful, only being your own evidence. There are, on higher stages, there are no wrongs and rights. There are only choices between right and right. What can be there other than moving with in some particular direction, higher and higher? So we should differentiate between this and that. And that is how our process, neti neti charaiveti. That once we come to know that this is not it, we should be firm at that. And that is how we move. Generally, what we happen when we have no guru, then we keep coming down. That is the problem in most of the cases. And that we do not realize that, oh, this is, I had ascended to a higher stage and now I'm again down, because there is none to support us. I hope I could speak something maybe of your use. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Guruji. Thank you.
Our next question is from our YouTube audience, Shri V.S. Yadav. He says, Pranam Guruji. One side it is said, Jo hona hai, hota hai. On the other side, today across the country, we see shortage of essentials to save lives. If those essentials were available, we could have saved life. So isn't this contradictory?
No, it is not contradictory. It depends on from where we are seeing. जो होना है सो होना है, तो ये भी तो होना था कि वो ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर वहां होना चाहिए था. Somebody did not do somebody's duty properly. जो होना है सो होना है is used to the highest stage. That means where you are seeing reality. वही तो नहीं हो रहा है. That is what not happening. If we do what we should do, if we means every one of us, then how can things go wrong? Things are going wrong because many of us are not doing what we should do. And that is the result of that. Otherwise, they say, no, if all are doing what should be done, means what? That all are truthful. When all are truthful, then it becomes something entirely different, because that is how the value of truth or the reality of truth is established. There is nothing beyond truth, in that sense. Understand? That's what had to be done. If that is done all the time, then there will be no karma. There will be only fruit and fruit. This is little worth understanding. That satsang is called fruit. Why? Because if all are doing satsang, all are in satsang means all are truthful all the time, then how can anything which is not good can ever happen? Which is ideal situation. You and I both know that it is not happening. So it should not be seen from down. It should be seen from top. Jo hona hai so hona hai means it should be applied from the highest state of consciousness, not from the lower. So that is how this is a very big of this thing discrepancy. When people describe karma, they become bhagyavadi. भाग्यवाद के लिए जगह नहीं है. That जो होना है हम क्या कर सकते हैं? No, here you are for karma. No. Karmanyevadikaraste. Rather, we are saying from the other point of view. Phal we are describing that the result has come, that oxygen was not on time, so this has happened. Why oxygen was not there? That is where our duty lies. Our means whosoever's. So when we are applying any principle or looking at any saying, we should be very careful from where to apply it, how to see. So जो होना है वो तो हमेशा अच्छा ही होता है, अदरवाइज दिस विल बिकम मीनिंगलेस. हम वो अच्छा होने नहीं दे रहे हैं because we are not doing what should be done. We means all of us. Always remember, when we say we means all of us. In these times you are seeing, there are so many reports. Some people are going out of way to help others. This we ourselves are seeing that in our activities. Most of you are also doing the same thing, helping others, going out of way. And there are others doing kala bajari also at this time. Then how will you say both the things? कौन सा हो रहा है इसमें? So we should be careful when we are seeing such any such saying. We should see from the right point. Then only it will be visible clearly. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji. The next question is from Kamla. This pandemic is going on for over a year. Why is God or nature doing this only with humans and not any other species? Does it want us humans to realize something?
See, it is other way around. We humans should realize, and it is nobody other which we are referring, or God or whatever entity. When you are referring the highest entity that is all pure, all good, how can they ever do such things? Whosoever, that or whatever name you give, whom you consider, even if you don't know, suppose you consider at least that is highest, is all pure. There is no vice in it. Will the one who has no vice will inflict something bad on others? How come? It is not in that. So this is not that God or somebody is inflicting on us. It is our lack of empathy. See, human being is the most conscious being in whole existence, known to human being. So when somebody is more conscious, naturally responsibility is more on his or her or their shoulders. Are we doing what we are supposed to do as a human being? Because of our activities, how many species have gone extinct? And now This is not something a hearsay or something hogwash. It is scientifically. Why we refer the term scientifically? So that you have trust. When we add the word scientist or science, so we start trusting. Otherwise, we don't trust. So scientists are saying that so many species have gone extinct, not on their own, because of our wrong activities. So only human being, if they come to their senses and realize that they are part of the nature, they are nature. So that is how we say in Adhyatma, Prakriti and Swabhav, that you make your nature and your Swabhav as it should be. Then your dhi, then your intelligence will function properly. And you will not take such steps which will harm environment outside. That means other species. Then such things will not happen. Wars and pandemics come because human beings do excess with their environment. Yes, this way you can see, but not that some God has inflicted us. No, it is our mistake. So if we can correct it, slowly things will fall in line.
Thank you, Guruji. Next question is from one of our YouTube audience, Jitendra Kumar Yadav. He says, Pranam Guruji. There are so many instances when people reach out for help, more so today for ICU bed, medicines, etc. I have no control on it to help and feel quite helpless that I can't help. How can we support apart from few encouraging words, forwarding the message? Not sure how helpful they are. Also wonder if I am in need of that help. How will I react? What to do in such situations?
First of all, keep yourself calm in all circumstances. Peace is very important. Keeping oneself in peaceful condition, in peaceful state of being. And which, as I said in the beginning, comes by realizing the truth. And then whatever informations are coming to us now, we are in a way, we say facilitated that with through so many social media or WhatsApp or whatever, phone calls, different social sources, media, governments giving advertisement and all. Credible informations are coming. We can make a list of them wherever we are and keep those informations handy and hand over to the people in the need. Yes, when we are seeing day in and day out, reports are there that basic things are lacking. But we should not go even by that. When we have right number, we should call and verify ourselves that it is there or not. Then you have done your duty. So where we are, see, we are cog in the wheel. Wherever we are placed, we should be very much clear about our position. And all the time we can seek more information. That is all the time we are doing also. But we should know our role, that this is our limitation. So to that extent, we must do our duty. Going out of the way means what? That means something you have stretched yourself more, nothing more than that. Something you suppose you have the capacity to walk 10 steps, you mustered your courage and walked 11 or 12. Now you know that if I walk another one more step, I will myself collapse. Then you stop. So this is what means treating others as yourself. That is the limit of doing social service. I said social service. So that should be the way. What you have described, the way you have described, I think there is nothing more you can do. But keep that what you have described, that is sufficient. That take the information, pass on the information wherever you can be safely keeping distance, following protocol. Because always we have to keep this in our mind, what is the priority in every situation. See, doctors are helping patients, but they are doing that by taking maximum precaution, wearing PPE kit, keeping to the extent they can keep themselves clean. So that is always a negotiating field, because from the spiritual point of view, there is no difference between you and the other. But there is of course difference we see. We see different bodies and all happenings are there. So consciousness should be in the right place. Spirit should be right that you want to help others. But where your limit is, that is your limit. So yes, good words is not something which is very cursory things. Good words are sometimes life givers also, if given at the right time. So we should know that also. Everything has its place. So wherever, whatever is needed, that if we have more than our need, definitely we should do that. That is the last word into it, that beyond our need, what we have, we give it. Our need, as much we can curtail when we can curtail in such desperate times. In normal times, the story becomes different. So yes, first thing is always keep giving courage to others, encouraging them, instilling fearlessness, because any medicine we give, if we do not have immunity, the body is not capable of sustaining its effect. Whatever we give, what is the point? And immunity and this will to live, keep going, comes through fearlessness, comes through encouraging them that you have to go bravely about it. So everything helps, but we should know how much of its quota we have at our hand, how much we can do. We should do that. Then your vibration will also be positive. You will not feel helpless despite helping others. You will feel fulfilled despite being helpless in certain cases, because you are doing your best. So there are boundaries, but we keep transcending them to the extent our willpower is there. And resources, of course, as many as we have generated and things are coming. So be alert, conscious. These are the watchwords there. And always open, but cautious in knowing how to carry yourself in such times. Yes.
Thank you,
Because we
Guruji.
don't know, that whether we are carrying that virus. That's why I'm saying very careful in these things. Our maximum, our effort should be that somehow if it has come to us, it should not pass on to others through us. So always very cautious, but clear. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji. The next question is from Chanchal.
Yeah.
How will we know that we are doing meditation in the right way? And is it helping us in some way?
See, it is like saying, eating food every day and saying, is it helping our body? No, if we eat right way, it will help more. That is right. But there is no doubt if we are eating, it is nourishing our body. Meditation brings clarity. If we do it regularly, then your intelligence will become much more shining. That means all those things which are required to make decisions, like compassion, selflessness, clarity, all those things will become voluminous within you. You will feel very much empowered if you are doing it daily. So that is the evidence. I say no. Proof of the pudding is into eating. Do it, take your note all the time, and become your evidence. And that is how it is. Is if something we know only by doing. If that is not happening, which is impossible, then you should go and go for the satsang that this is not happening despite doing this. There will be something that will be removed. So these are unfailing, because it means when you transcend, that means when you we can see from the higher perspective, then you see clearly. So there is no doubt about it. When you see, when you are under light, you see things clearly. It is like that. So meditation means becoming reach to a higher field of consciousness, from where you can see lower things very clearly. So what more doubt there can be about it? So there is no doubt that meditation helps in that clarity. If it is not helping, that means some way we are missing something, some quotient is missing. All the quotients which are there, if we are doing rightly, then it is impossible that it will not happen the way it should happen. It is impossible that you will not become much more clear. It is impossible that you will not become better person. It is impossible that you will not become much more fulfilled. So all those things happen, but something is missing. That means some point we are missing. So through satsang that can be cleared, asking clearly that which part you are missing. Yeah.
Thank you, Guruji.
Mm.
Next question is from Srinivas Rangaraj. He says, Pranam Guruji, how do I maintain peace if I am COVID-19 affected with heavy antibiotics and tablets, drained physically and mentally, and it takes a huge toll on your health? How do you remain peaceful in such situations?
True. Situation is like that, but truth is truth. See, as we say in satsang, that body is yours, but you are not body. So when you are consciousness in a sense, I think this is what I have written in the last article, that when you are consciousness, then all material things are secondary. I am not saying those are not there. So peace is your nature. You are peace. You are consciousness. Any higher value which has no duality, that you are. So peace stays in consciousness. And you are consciousness. That means your nature is that of peace. Much you are connecting yourself with body because it is in trouble, so you feel you are disturbed. So just reverse the relationship in your consciousness, in your understanding, that you start looking from consciousness to body instead of from body to consciousness. Then things will fall in place. Always see yourself as consciousness, and then you will feel that when your consciousness means you are peace, then that result will come to your body. Otherwise, it becomes difficult. So, in any circumstances, we have told everything in Sahaj Smriti, right from the disease to death to birth, how to deal with everything. Because we look in eye to eye with everything. We are not scared of disease. We are not scared of death. We are not scared of anything, calamity, because we want to face it in real way. Always look everything into eye, whatever it is. Because I am not scared of anything. Yes, because I am pure consciousness. So that effect at least will bring some immunity to the body also. But if we are sending the vibration of fear, then we are not helping, we are hindering that process of medication. Now, yes, so many antibiotics and all, because what to do? That is the mode of medication today. Unfortunately, we have come to that stage. Otherwise, we hear such stories. Now these are stories only. There may be few people around, which is very difficult to say. Those who never fell sick, only some fever at best. Other things they never felt. But now we have made so much unnatural environment around us that disease has become common. In America, we hear that there is so some people plan like that. This much quota is for medicines in their family. This thing budgets. Now slowly it is, because we are following that process. Then it is becoming here also. So that is a long story. But here, why I am saying is that if you are taking a medicine, I cannot say no to these medicine. Yes, whatever is recommended, all what you call vaccines, medicines, whatever is being prescribed in the current society, we have to go according to that. But one thing which society has no control over, or none have control over it, is your consciousness, is you. You are all the time free as consciousness. It's you can choose in worst of the time and best of the time what you want to choose within you. And that makes the difference, because it's a difference who you have to make. It begins with you. If you are peaceful as consciousness, then that effect will come on your body, your mind, everywhere, on yourself, everywhere it will come. It will percolate down. So in the beginning, as I said, never come down from your supreme consciousness. Otherwise, that means you are not considering that truth. I am using word truth, and consider it. If you have not realized, then consider it. That is the trust between you and Guru, nothing else. That he is telling us that, yes, you are that. So keep moving towards that this is how I am. I am peace in nature. I am blissful in nature. I am Satchidanand. That is how I am. Otherwise, what is the point if we are forgetting the destination? Always remember that. Then the effect will come on body. I am repeating so many times the same thing. Body, because it is needed in these desperate times, as we say. That always keep giving yourself calming message, calming vibration. And that will help in every moment, wherever we are, whosoever we are, whatever condition we are. When I have said such thing, then I think nothing else is left. That even in death, even in disease, even in turmoil, if we choose, we can stay peaceful. It will pass. Once you become strong, the body also start begin to take indications, and it recovers fast. So give it good vibration, give it good right way vibration of peace. It will tolerate your all allopathic medicines also, and it still will keep its immunity. Keep you, because something taking and cursing it is not good. If you are taking it, take it positively, whatever it is, because it will work on your body ultimately. So something I am eating also, I am saying it is bad, it is not good. So give positive vibration to yourself, give peaceful vibration, consider yourself peace, then you can stay peaceful. Yeah.
Thank you, Guruji. Our next question is from our YouTube audience, Shri Vivek Krishnamurthy. He's adding to Chanchal's question. He says, is it necessary to have transmission from a guru in order to have a proper meditation?
Your question is very sharp and pointed and clear. I am very happy. See, it is like what is transmission? We should understand it, try to, this difficult, but still I'll tell. It is like there is reservoir and there is canal. And there on the other end of the canal, I am there as a seeker. Now I know there is reservoir. Now I know it is flowing like this, and that experience is coming to us. So we know that there is infinite in volume what we are looking for. That means infinite volume of truth. Say Satyam Ekam Vipra Bahudha Vadanti. Ultimate truth. So there is bigger volume, and you are that, but you have forgotten. So it is like taking help when it is needed. So transmission, because you are part of that, that means you are that, then who can transmit you? But you do not have that remembrance very clearly, very correctly. Otherwise, what is the point in transmission? So transmission is that flow, which we ourselves are not capable of attracting. We have made the canal, but our canal is not proper. Somewhere it is not even. Then if we have somebody, we have employed a supervisor, he will keep looking where it is not even, where the flow is not correct. He will correct that. So it is a kind of help for our own well-being. There is no such thing that to be somebody else we become dependent on. No, how can that happen? When there is only one, you are part of that, then where is the question of somebody else being there? So transmission is necessary for that way, because the need is there. If we recognize, more we evolve, we recognize that need, that it is needed. On our own efforts, yes, this is first thing we say, our own effort is the first thing, it is needed. Then our cooperation to reach there. If we were ourselves capable, then it would have been a different story. So when such question is in our mind, then we should be little self-searching, looking. So help is needed. It is not making us, putting us on scratches, just crutches. See, visualization is a little different. Transmission is not putting us on crutches. Transmission is something like that, making us know who we really are. Means helping us, assisting us. Why? Because somebody else has realized it is good to do. Somebody else has done to that one, so he or she finds, no, why I have got it free. That is my duty to give it to others to the free. So that is additional help. But that need has to be recognized. Until it is not recognized, it doesn't work. But need is there, yes. So these are realized truth. You cannot put any, you see, what you call, some proof cannot be given. Evidence one can become, proof cannot be given. So when we become evidence, then only we say this is how it is. That's why I said need is there, but we have to recognize it. Then it will work. And that is how it is. Is it making some sense to you? Because you're dissatisfied, Krishnamurti. I cannot hear other side. Is some technical issue there?
No, Guruji, this question came from YouTube, so
Okay, fine.
Thank you, Guruji.
Hmm.
Next question is from our YouTube audience. Is meditation not a permanent state of the day?
If you have reached to that stage, then it is. See, it is very simple to understand. What are we doing in meditation? As I have told in so many words, that seeing the reality as it is. And you are not different from that seeing. But what is the difference between a seeker and the one who has attained? Only seeing's difference. So as seekers, we are trying to see from that seeing which whom we call Guru is having. And that seeing is life, that seeing is consciousness, that seeing is everything. Life, when we are saying life divine, not this life which we call life and death, life forever. That seeing is life forever. So if we have attained to that, then yes, it is there. But if we have not, then we have to work at it, make efforts. Yes.
Thank you, Guruji.
Yeah.
The next question is how to understand this pandemic? How do these calamities mean in the larger scheme of things?
See, calamities though is very whatever informations we are gathering scientifically, that human beings have disturbed Earth quite a lot. We are witnessing climate change. We are witnessing so much pollution is there. So we have disturbed. We means human beings through little extra activities have disturbed nature a lot. So pandemic is sign of that. That we should have gone with nature right way, living with the nature, because nature is all around. We are nature when we say that within us also nature is in one form, without nature is another form, and in the middle we ourselves as a body are nature. So where is not nature? If we are living in a balanced manner, in a wise manner, such things will not happen. This is how it should be seen. We have put our, now say no, but how it makes sense? Certain times there are these tremors and everything is happening. If people are living the way they should live really spiritually, nothing of this sort will ever happen. Now, is it a future prediction? No. It is observed truth from the past, which we call history. But we are speaking in English, so I'm calling it history, but it is itihas. That is how it was at some point. That when people do the right thing, nothing untoward happened. So that is how it should be seen. That we should come back in the proximity of nature. We should start looking at our existence, that we are a very small thing in such a large cosmos. You will find your earth a very kind of particle in the whole cosmos. In that we are living and considering ourselves big things. When some spiritual person says such thing, for a moment we think that way, then again we come back to the same run of the mill kind of a living, a lower consciousness. And that is where we make mistakes. It should be seen that we all should try to stay in our highest consciousness and behave accordingly. So it can be seen as a reminder that we come back to our senses and start behaving the right way. And that way it will be helpful for us. Everything, see, we call them wise who utilize everything for their evolution, for their betterment. So even if you consider that this is the brick thrown from somewhere else, make a wall out of it. But reality is that this is the brick thrown by ourselves. We only have to correct it. Yeah.
Thank you, Guruji. Guruji, you are asked Vivekji if he understood. He has replied saying, yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Next question is from Vidit ji. Pranam, how does a guru choose his seeker and seeker choose his guru? How do we reach out to Guruji Nandkishore Tiwari for taking the right guidance on the path towards realizing the ultimate?
Only through association. It is a very common thing, as in other things we do. Like if we are going looking for a school for our child, we search and we figure out that this is better school. We go there. Same corollary we can extend here also. That whom we feel like that, yes, this person's talk makes sense to me, then we go and do some satsang, asks our question. And if we are satisfied and our heart says, no, this is the person with whom I should associate and evolve further, move along. That is how it is chosen. Our heart only chooses. As far as Guru is concerned, other part, Guru we call, Guru is little, is how I see that he has no option to not to choose anyone. That means all are chosen by him. Whosoever goes and chooses. So then if he acquiesces, then the story begins. Why I am saying this? Because some may say, no, if he has no choice. In reality, there is no choice. But these days, no, we are living in society, so we have to give them that liberty, freedom, as you call your individual freedom. Yes, somebody want to say no, can say no. Otherwise, others will start telling me, no, how come you did not give any freedom to the guru to choose? But look at an essential way. Guru we consider Guru Partaram Tattvam Nasti. Beyond that, there is nothing. Then how and can we say that he has a choice, or see whatever we call that has a choice? If we are seeing Guru in that spirit, then he really don't have a choice. We only have a choice to go or run away. So it is our heart which chooses somebody, and then through association, through satsang, we make it firm that maybe did our heart lie to us? All those things we clear out. And third part of your question, how to reach that? You can reach to the Darpan Foundation and any of our associates, they will tell you further. You can reach, we are open. For satsang, we are always open.
Thank you, Guruji. The next question is from our YouTube audience, Shri Santosh Pandey. Guruji, क्या सत्य, प्रेम और ज्ञान भिन्न है?
संतोष जी, आप तो ज्ञानी व्यक्ति हैं. एक ही चीज को जैसे पानी है, हिम है और भाप है, अब आप उनको भिन्न भिन्न कहना चाहते हैं. क्यों कहना चाहते हैं? क्योंकि रूप भिन्न है. एक में एक तरह से भासता है, दूसरे में दूसरे तरह से. पानी ही थे हिम भया, हिम है गया बिलाए, जो कुछ था सोई भया, अब कुछ कहा न जाए. ये कबीर ने ऐसा कहा. बात वही की वही है कि जब वो प्रेम की तरह, तो उसकी पानी पीना है तो वो पानी द्रव रूप में है, जब उससे गर्म कुछ करना है तो भाप है, जब ठंडक लेना है तो पानी है। वस्तु तो एक ही है, उसी के नाना रूप है। एकम सद विप्र बहुधा वदंती, सब कुछ उसी के रूप है। जितने भी गुण हैं सब एक दूसरे में रूपांतरित हो जाते हैं। तो रूप के आधार पे आप कह सकते हो रूप और नाम की भिन्नता है, अदरवाइज क्या भिन्नता है। जहां जिसकी जरूरत है, जहां भाप की जरूरत है वहां पानी काम नहीं करेगा, जहां काम पानी की जरूरत है वहां बर्फ से काम नहीं होगा। तो जहां प्रेम की जरूरत है वहां प्रेम, जहां सत्य की जरूरत है वहां सत्य, जहां करुणा की जरूरत है वहां करुणा। तो स्वरूप भिन्नता उनके एप्लीकेशन के हिसाब से है। प्रेम में तो कुछ आदमी मांगता नहीं है, वहां कुछ है नहीं। करुणा में थोड़ा वो अंतर है, करुणा में एक को की करुणा बरसती है दूसरे के ऊपर। सत्य में यह है कि वही जब हम उसको ज्ञान दृष्टि से देखने लगते हैं, तात्विक दृष्टि से देखने लगते हैं, तो वही ज्ञान हो जाता है। तो एक कहना है तो एक कह लो, अनेक कहना है तो अनेक कह लो, है तो एक ही। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Guruji.
हम्म।
The next question is, we are always told to keep our spirits up and fight, but how to fight that which we hardly know anything about? We are learning about the adversary little by little only as we fight, but the delay in knowledge is taking its toll.
Yes, ये तो है. This is there. See, always we are looking from a limited perspective, because the situation as human beings we are facing. Human beings, I am using the term as social being. We are facing. That is why this thing is coming in mind of many, very many among us. But in reality, as I say, there is such a vast field of unknown. See it like that way. Earlier, when we had not reached to the moon, we considered it something else. Now we are there. Now we as a humanity have reached to the Mars also. Now more we are reaching, what are we realizing? That we have fathomed more? No. More we see, more we realize that unknown is bigger. Earlier we knew unknown may be the little smaller portion. We know so much. Something unknown is still left. We will discover that also. But more we are knowing, more this realization is dawning upon us through our scientists and discoverers, that the portion of unknown is more. 99.9% is unknown. In very rough sketch, don't quote me tomorrow that you said like this. I'm just giving an approximation that how much big is unknown. 99.9 out of 100 is unknown. And if you reach in that 0.1% more and more you will come to know that the unknown is little more. So unknown has always been there. But living in a very cocooned and limited environment, we thought we knew everything about our life. So anything is going little here and there, we say, no, we are fighting an unknown enemy. But we have always been in the unknown. When are we in the known? Yes, this is the bigger picture. That is how we should approach it. And then, yes, virus is mutating in different ways. Mutation is not known. We scientists are still discovering, doing research of it is put into observation, and they are working at it. All of us know different direction, different places. All scientists of the world are working at it. So many activities are happening. So we little by little we are coming to know this is so fast. We have come with the vaccine. At least something has happened. So we should look at what we have when we are desperate, not what we do not have, because that is the only thing you have at hand. So enemy essay is always unknown. That is why in spirituality we say that you make the unknown divine. So there is no enemy left. Otherwise, if you leave anybody unknown and not as divine, then chances are you will find the other demon only, because you will not find that friend. So always assume other divine. See demon within and remove it. So then you will become much more fearless, because fear from outside is very dangerous. Fear when you don't know something. So trust what information you have, work according to that, and that is how humanity has evolved. Whatever we have discovered, so-called scientifically, that is the way we have. Whatever we knew, we knew it firmly that this is it. This is how in this environment this works like this. This is called science. In number of time you repeat the experiment in certain given environment, it will work same way. So trust what you know. And enemy has always been unknown in limited sense. When you use it like that, when countries have been at war, you have seen, they'll not tell their strategy to you that this is how we are planning to attack you. So when you use the term war, adversarial anything, that means that time you have to be alert. That is the only big thing you have in your hand. Always be alert and confident of what you know, because since you are alert and conscious, chances are that you will discover how to deal with it. That's why I say fearlessness and being conscious. They increase your chances of winning. Because here, in the enemy, we don't know. In the guise of friendship only, we might be carrying the enemy. So be little alert that if the virus somehow has come to us, it should not reach to other through us. So here, this is giving a kind of spiritual realization to people if they take it in the right sense. That is how we are vulnerable. That is how in such vulnerabilities, we can still stay supremely confident, supremely blissful. It is possible. It is possible by knowing what you know clearly, and then the area which is not known to you, go by the advice of the experts of that field. And that is how we have been trusting. We trust doctor for what medicine they give, and they also tell they have limitations. But as a patient, we trust them. So in every field, we trust the specialists, and we make their knowledge our knowledge on the basis of trust, and that is how humanity has progressed. So always keeping that positivity is you should not consider an option. It should be considered as the necessity, which is essential. Then it will happen. Yeah.
Thank you, Guruji. The final question we are taking is, when I hear all sorts of disastrous news, I feel very anxious. Is there some simple advice to remember which can help us get through this difficult time?
Always remember your real Swarupa, that you are an eternal being, eternal consciousness, which keeps taking different forms. So nestling in your ultimate consciousness, it helps in all the circumstances, good and bad both. When you are in good times, then also your sign should stay. That is, we are saying, nestling in highest consciousness, that is real. That will help in good times also and in difficult times also. And always, once you realize yourself that you are an eternal being, then all your capacities function to the maximum, because you are open for all, for what you do to yourself. And this has this, in a way, if you see it and spiritually, look how we are. That this virus How many of are very clear that it is not in our body, and when we are going to help others, it will may affect others, while we are going with this intention that we are going to help others. So unknown is always there. So what matters is good intention, is staying in the highest consciousness, always thinking about the welfare of the other more than our own. These things carry us through. So Paramarth, yes, in every sense. The words in Indic languages are such. They say in one word so many things. Paramarth means ultimate meaning also. Ultimate meaning means you are eternal being. Paramarth means doing selfless service to others, all in one word. So Paramarth, remembering that you are here in this world for Paramarth, to attain to your ultimate potential and do Paramarth to others. That will help in all the situations. It is good to keep this kind of consciousness. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji. There are many more questions that have come in, but we must value Guruji's time, and therefore we will be concluding this session. We sincerely thank Guruji for this rare experience of guided meditation and for addressing all our queries. Thank you, audience, for your active participation. YouTube audience, if you haven't already, do like, share, and subscribe to our channel.